Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn and I'm so grateful you are here. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. You already know all the goodness we're going to be getting into in this video. And if you are new here, welcome. If you enjoy lifestyle, spirituality, self-development, journaling, and all of that good stuff, then make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my weekly videos and you join in on this beautiful, growing community. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 journaling prompts that are directly inspired by our upcoming full moon in Leo that we have taking place on February 16th, 2022. Now, this is a moon that is really nudging us to take care of unfinished business, to tie up loose ends so that we can continue to really step into our new beginning the way that we deserve. And the way that we deserve to step into our new beginning is by not bringing in the past, right? So these prompts are really going to assist us in gaining clarity on what it is that we do need to take care of and what it is that we are feeling more eager, more willing, more ready to let go of and call in. So we're going to be focusing on endings. We're going to be focusing on beginnings. And I'm really excited to share these prompts with you. If you end up resonating with one or more of these prompts, please let me know in the comments below. I always love engaging and cultivating community in the comments with you all. So I hope to meet some of you there. But without further ado, y'all, let's get into these 8 journaling prompts. Which areas of my life are in alignment with my desires? Which areas are not? Straight off the bat, y'all, let's get into assessing and really analyzing these areas of our lives that are either in alignment with the direction of which we feel called to walk towards, and which are bringing us out of alignment towards the direction of which we feel called to go towards. Those areas that we feel really good about, that we feel like, okay, this I know I need to keep doing, I need to keep focusing on, I need to keep investing my time and energy into the way that I have been, because I feel like it really is taking me in the direction I feel intuitively called to go. And all of these things over here, for some reason, they feel off, they feel out of balance, they feel like they're still a reflection of the past. I don't really resonate with them. I need to adjust them. I need to rethink them. I need to completely get rid of them. So let's really assess these different areas of our lives, whether it's professionally, personally, relationally, habitually, all of these different areas that we can think of. Let's dive in. And I don't want you to feel overwhelmed of like, oh my gosh, I need to, assess every little aspect of my life. Just really lean into the areas that you feel called towards, that you feel are really eminent in your life right now, in this season of your life right now, that are really just taking up a lot of your time and energy. Are you investing your time and energy wisely is essentially what this prompt is assisting us in gaining clarity on. So let's see where we're in alignment. Let's see where we are not. What have I recently been feeling pressure to evolve? Can you relate with this feeling like you're being pressured to evolve, to change, to transform? You don't know exactly where this pressure is coming from. You just have this feeling that this is your time to be evolving. If yes, then this prompt is especially for you. And this prompt is gifting you the time and space to really sit down and get to know what exactly it is you're feeling pressure to evolve. And I want to gently remind you that, one, I'm not referring to a societal pressure, okay? This is an intuitive pressure. This is like something that would feel like a nudge from the universe. And two, sometimes we're gonna have these nudges and they're not gonna come with the blueprint, the information, the details that we wish they came with, right? We're not gonna have all the clarity we wish we had, but we're gonna have this feeling, we're gonna have this nudge, we're gonna have this inner knowing to move forward in this direction, to really lean into this calling. And for us, for many of us right now at this time, it's the calling to evolve. So let's take a moment to sit down and get to know what exactly it is we're being pressured, we're feeling pressured to evolve. When I am relaxed into my whole self, how would I describe my natural expression? In other words, how would you describe your personality, your essence, your voice, the ways in which you express yourself when you are your whole, true, authentic self? Because this is the self, y'all, that you are ascending into. This is the self that you're transforming into. So let's start really calling this self in. The self that is whole and the self that is naturally expressing itself. It's not being anyone else. It's not feeling forced in any way. It's just naturally being its true whole self. So how would you describe that when it comes to you and your whole self, your true authentic self? What is your voice like? How are you using your voice? Your personality? How do you feel? What does your life consist of? Describe this version of you that you are becoming. Affirm the new beginnings and necessary endings you are worthy of and ready for. I say necessary endings because we have to acknowledge the fact that if we want new beginnings in our lives, endings have to take place, right? So under this full moon, full moons in general have us really focusing and honing in on the endings in our lives that we're calling in. But because we are in such a state of transition at this time, and because I feel we fear endings so much, I want us to also bring in and call in beginnings simultaneously, right? For us to really take this prompt to acknowledge the duality of beginnings and endings. I feel one of the reasons why we fear ending so much is because we're so attached to the finality of it, to the idea of the finality of it, that we forget that if there's an ending taking place, there's a new beginning on its way, right? There's a beginning unfolding that's worthy of being excited for. So let's really step into this knowing of this duality that exists in all life and affirm under this full moon, amongst our season of transition and transformation. Let's affirm the new beginnings and the necessary endings, right? That our new beginnings require, that we are worthy of. We're worthy of these beginnings. We're worthy of these endings. And we're ready for them. Let's affirm that. Let's write it down. Let's begin to bring it to life by putting it down on paper and acknowledging it. And I encourage you to reread what you write down, say it out loud, to really seal the deal. If you took your heart out on a date, what would your heart love to do and desire to talk about? This is a really beautiful time for us to be conversing with our heart more, because our heart is directly linked to our true selves, to our truth. And the more that we get to know our heart, the more we get to know ourselves. And this is what this Leo full moon wants for us. It wants us to really come into our truth. The truth of our endings that need to take place, the truth of our beginnings that are taking place, the truth of what it is we're feeling called to do, the truth of what it is we have to take care of, just our truth. And so I wanted to bring forth and offer you a fun prompt that exercises our imagination and really gets us to imagine ourselves going out on a date with our heart and thinking about, if we did go on a date with our heart, where would we go? What would we do? What would our heart want to do? What would that ideal date be? What would that experience consist of? And what would our heart desire to talk about with us when we get to that point in our date where we're, really having this deep, open, honest conversation with each other? what would you be talking about with your heart? What would your heart bring up in the conversation? And allow this to bring forth clarity on what it is that you may have not been listening to, right? Because sometimes we're not listening to our heart, either because we're afraid or too busy or whatever the case may be. Let this prompt gift you that moment to finally just really listen to what your heart has to say. What unfinished business can I take care of that I know would ease my mind and my spirit? Let's get into our unfinished business, y'all. Let's take care of them. Let's write them down, acknowledge what they are, and tie up these loose ends. Because I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, but we deserve to step into our new beginnings without our past taking up space. And sometimes this unfinished business is not even anything that takes up a lot of our time. Sometimes they're just little tasks here and there that we haven't gotten around to taking care of, but are lingering in the back of our minds. They are calling our attention, and it's making us feel some kind of way that is disrupting our ease, right? So let this prompt bring forth the things that you know you can just take care of. What can you take care of? Whether it's, conversations you need to have, or emails you need to send, or appointments you need to make, or bills you need to pay. What are those loose ends that you can tie up right now? And if you just took care of them, your mind would be at ease, your spirit would be at ease, and you would transition into your new beginning with more ease and more space. What lessons have I learned from the karmic cycles I am closing out and transcending from? In truth, we're not really fully closing out and transcending from a karmic cycle until we've really learned and acknowledged the lessons that it's offered us. So if we're really committed to letting go of our past, if we're really committed to ascending into new karmic cycles that offer new lessons, we have to take the time to give gratitude to really soak in, to really integrate the lessons we are walking away with, the lessons that we've spent time with, the lessons that, have really assisted our growth and have matured us and have prepared us, for what's to come. Let's acknowledge those lessons under this moon as we've been talking about, endings and beginnings and transition and change and all of this. We cannot skip out on the lessons because, one thing that I've personally come into the knowing and opinion of, I guess, is that life is really all about just learning the lessons that our experiences bring forth to us. There's always an opportunity to learn. And it is only when we finally actually really learn the lesson that we then move into new experiences and beginnings and versions of ourselves. So let's continue to affirm our ascension into becoming our whole, authentic, higher selves by acknowledging the lessons and thanking them and really being like, just taking that moment to be like, wow, I'm saying farewell to these karmic cycles, but at the same time, as tough or challenging or whatever these cycles were, I'm walking away with these lessons and I'm really grateful for them because I know that these are lessons I'm going to need moving forward in my life. If I were to follow the North Star within me, where do I intuitively feel it would lead me? If you were to look up at the boundless, expansive, starry night sky that exists within you, if you were to spot your North Star in the universe within you, and you felt called to follow it, And this North Star is a North Star that has been excited to guide you, that has been excited to be your compass. So you follow it. You lean into the curiosity, into the calling, into the knowing that this is your North Star and it has somewhere to take you. Where do you feel intuitively it would lead you? What destination would you arrive to? Is there a destination? And what would that journey consist of? Allow this prompt to bring forth the artist in you. Make a poem out of this, write a song, a script, whatever artistic expression it may inspire you to express and create. Allow it to. Have fun with it and acknowledge that, there is a North Star, there is an inner compass, there is a guide within you. And this Leo full moon wants us to lean into this kind of curiosity. So I'm excited to offer this prompt to you. And if you do end up doing this prompt, I would love to know in the comments below, if you're open to sharing, what it may bring forth for you all, because I think this is a prompt that would bring forth something very uniquely beautiful out of all of us. So if you were to follow that North Star within you, where would it lead you? And that, my friends, are the 8 journaling prompts for our upcoming Leo full moon that we have taking place on February 16th, 2022. And I hope that these prompts not only bring forth clarity and resonance for you. I really hope you did resonate with at least one of these prompts. And if you did, let me know which one in the comments below. But I hope that these prompts really assist you in this transitional state of being that we're all in. And that it assists you in really affirming the beginnings and the endings. And they comforted you and calmed you in a way that you feel more confident moving forward. I thank you all so much for being here and for allowing me, gifting me the honor of guiding you, of potentially being a part of your full moon ritual and reflections. I thank you all so much for investing your time and energy into content like this, into experiences like this. For you to be turning inward and reflecting and taking the time to get to know yourself, to strengthen your intuition is really, really beautiful. And I hope that you acknowledge that beauty within yourself. I hope you feel proud of yourself. I hope you love and honor and thank yourself for investing your time and energy in this way. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Let's have a beautiful, blessed, clarifying, imaginative, explorative, aligning full moon. Peace and blessings, y'all. Bye.